Jeff, the Poteet Prepper here. Others tell you to bug out, we teach you to bug in. Make sure you come by our website at poteetprepper.com. Visit us on TikTok and subscribe on YouTube. Today we're going to talk a little bit about the grain shortage. Now, you've heard the news that Ukraine is not going to be able to produce grain. Russia's not going to produce enough grain. There's going to be a 12% grain reduction because of the Ukraine and Russian war. And for the most part, that's going to affect that part of the world. But eventually, they're going to be looking for a new grain supply. Flour, wheat, rice, whatever the main substance is. Eventually, they're going to want to come and purchase it from our stockpile, our farmers, and that could create not only prices to rise, but also a shortage of important items like the cereal you serve in the morning for breakfast. So, I recommend that you find out what type of cereal your children might prefer, and you do a little bit of a stockpile on those items while they're still available. But of course, when you stockpile a little bit of cereal, you need to make sure that rodents and other creepy crawler critters don't get into it. So I recommend a little 4-pound BPA-free food storage container that has a removable lid, and this one will hold 4 to 5, even up to 6 if it's a small bag of cereal. So remove the cereal from your box and place it inside the storage bin. And as you do that, you might want to put a label on the bin itself. I prefer to cut the label off of the box and put it on. Some people might prefer to use a magic marker, but I don't want to mess up my bins. I might want to reuse them for something else. And make sure that you put a silicone packet in there to help remove additional moisture that might be accumulate inside of the bucket. Now, in order to preserve these items the way you want to, you're going to need to have this little bucket opener. They go by various names. They come in various forms. Plastic, which will break relatively easy when you go to pry it open. But I recommend that you get an aluminum one. They run about $32 or so, and you can get them on Amazon. But they're not going to break on you when you use them to hammer the lids down, and they're not going to break on you when you use them to pry the lids up. So this is very important. Now, you just don't need to store cereals in a little food grade bucket. And the reason we've got this particular kind is because they're square, they're stackable, they're easy to put up on each other, and they don't take up any unnecessary room like a round bucket might take. They're 4-pound instead of 5-pound, or 4-gallon instead of 5-gallon, so that they're lightweight, easy for you. But you can also use the buckets for other things. But one thing I want to remind you is that if you're going to stockpile cereal, make sure that you also stockpile a little extra milk. And I've found through my research that this is one of the best tasting powdered milks that are out there. You might want to pick up a couple of extra cans of this while you can. So other things that you might want to consider is rice products, oats, maybe some grits or even some Jiffy mixes, something like that you might want to stock. So in the course of doing that, just how much will it hold? Well, this bucket is pretty full, as you can see. And underneath all this is a dozen boxes of Jiffy, because you might want a little quick muffin or cake. So not only do we fill it up with this particular rice product, but we can also put a dozen boxes of Jiffy in the bottom and use it that way as well. So make sure that you stock up on your wheats, your rice, other grains, and take the opportunity to do that now. Don't forget to visit us at PoteetPrepper.com. We have some really nice blogs that you'll find interesting and important. And we also like to see you visit us at TikTok and subscribe to us on YouTube. Till next time, Poteet Prepper out.